It's too late to start selling on Amazon FBA if you're going to try to use the old school private label methods or wholesale technique. And that's because Amazon is oversaturated, China, all the Amazon FBA fees, and two other reasons I'll talk about in just a minute. And right now, Amazon has over 9.5 million sellers and over 2,000 new sellers are joining every single day, which means selling on Amazon is starting to get really saturated. But keep in mind, Amazon is a $1.7 trillion company. Last year, they did over $400 billion in e-commerce sales. And the crazy thing about that is 2/3 of all sales that happen on Amazon are from third-party sellers. That's people like you and me selling on Amazon's platform. But what's most exciting to me about selling on Amazon is this one graph. This is the total amount of sales that Amazon has done for the last 10 years. And you can see it's growing like crazy. And remember, 2/3 of all these sales are from third-party sellers. So not only is there a lot of opportunity with Amazon FBA, the opportunity is actually growing. The problem is most people are actually doing it wrong. And I'll talk about that later in this video. Now, still, people will say that it's oversaturated, that there's too much competition. And I do think that's true if you're trying to do boring private label or wholesale. And yes, there are 9.5 million sellers on Amazon, but only 2.3 million of those sellers are actually active sellers. And of those 2.3 million active sellers, only 1.1 million are actually selling in the United States on Amazon. And the crazy thing about this is that 43% of all active Amazon sellers in the United States have made over $100,000 by selling on Amazon. That means there's over 400,000 people that are selling on Amazon that have made over $100,000. And I'm one of those sellers. My name is Travis if you're new to the channel, and I have one product that I've been selling on Amazon that's done over $1 million in sales. And I'm making this video to show you the truth about Amazon FBA, so hit the like button. And I've personally tried a lot of different ways to make money online, and Amazon FBA is by far the easiest way I've found to create a legitimate passive income business. And that's because Amazon FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. And it's a way for you to sell products on Amazon's website, where you basically send in the inventory that you want to sell on Amazon's website to their warehouse. And whenever a customer on Amazon's website goes to the search bar, they search for your product will come up at the top of the search results. They'll click on it, they'll buy it, and you'll make money off that sale. Now, it's called Fulfilled by Amazon because Amazon actually picks, packs, and ships your products out for you, which means you can live wherever you want. You can spend your time traveling or doing whatever you love to do because Amazon is handling all the shipping and fulfillment of your products. And this is a great business model, but the problem is most people are doing it wrong. This is a chart of e-commerce growth in the United States, and you can see people are buying things online more and more every year. And since people are buying things more and more online, it should become even easier to sell things online. But the problem is most people are using techniques that used to work 3, 4, 5 years ago. And there's 4 main ways that you can make money selling products with Amazon FBA. But some of these are better than others. And the first one is retail arbitrage. This is where you go out and you find products that are deeply discounted, you buy those products, and then you flip them on Amazon where they're selling at a higher price. And if you're tight on cash, this is a good way to make some side income. But the problem with this business model and why I don't recommend it is you're not really building a business and you're not ever gonna be able to have passive income because every time you want to make some money, you have to go out and hunt for some deals, and then you got to do the work of putting those items on Amazon to sell it. So you're constantly having to do more and more work to make money. The second model that some people do, but I personally think is dying, is wholesale. This is where you buy products in bulk at a discount. Let's say 100 pairs of Nike shoes that are normally $100, you buy them for $50. You then take those shoes and flip them on Amazon for their full retail price of $100. And you get to keep all the profit after all the Amazon FBA fees and everything else. Now, the problem with this is usually you're not the only one that's wholesaling that product, which means someone else is gonna come along and they're gonna lower their price by a little bit, which means you need to lower your price by a little bit. And it ends up being a race to the bottom where no one ends up being profitable. The same thing is true about private label. And this is where you buy a product from a website like Alibaba.com you slap your brand, your private label on the product, and you sell it on Amazon. Now, this can work if you can create a really cool, really strong brand around your private label product. Or maybe you find a product that nobody else knows about. But the problem is, as soon as everybody else starts finding out about this private label product opportunity, they're gonna come in, and again, they're gonna lower their price, you're gonna have to lower your price, and it's gonna end up being a race to the bottom. What I recommend doing instead is creating a passion product. This is where you create a unique product that's better than the competition, and you create a really cool, really strong brand around it. And ideally, you try to create a product that does not yet exist, that you wish existed, that if it existed, you would actually purchase. And this is what I did with my product, and this is what I teach other people to do. And I'll share some real examples of this, including how much people actually make doing this later in this video. But the second reason why many people think it's too late to start selling on Amazon FBA is because of China. And it's true, there are a lot of Chinese manufacturers that are selling their products directly on Amazon for way cheaper than you or I could ever sell those same products for. And that's because they can cut out the middleman. And this is one of the big reasons why I do not recommend trying to do wholesale or private label, because if you're trying to do private label and you're trying to compete against your own manufacturer, they're always going to be able to sell their products lower than you can sell your products for. And it's true that these Chinese sellers will sometimes use dirty tricks to try to get American sellers blacklisted or banned from Amazon. Again, this is why I recommend staying away from private label, because if you're going to a manufacturer, just taking their product, putting your label on it, and trying to sell it on Amazon, that manufacturer or another manufacturer is going to see what you're doing, and they're going to just sell that same product on Amazon directly. But if you create a product that's better than the competition and you create an amazing brand around that product, your product is going to be on a completely different level than the competitors, which means that you're going to get more sales, which ultimately means more profit for you. But still, a lot of people don't want to sell on Amazon because of all the Amazon FBA fees. And this is reason number 3 why it might be too late to start selling on Amazon. And it's true, Amazon charges a 15% fee just to sell on their platform. Meaning, if you're selling a product that costs $100, they're going to charge you $15 when you get a sale of your product. On top of that, if you choose to be part of the Amazon FBA program, you're going to have to pay a pick and pack fee. And this depends on the size and the weight of your product. But for instance, with my product here, they charge me over $4 to pick, pack, and ship the product out to the customer. And on top of those fees, there's other fees that nobody talks about, like storage fees and receiving fees, and a bunch of other random things I've talked about in previous videos. But keep in mind, even though Amazon does charge a 15% fee to sell on their platform, they've spent billions of dollars marketing their websites, getting customers to their websites. And most websites, as I mentioned earlier, would probably have to spend at least 15% on marketing to get people to their website. But with Amazon, it already has built-in customers, and that's why they charge that 15%. And for the Amazon FBA pick and pack fee, you actually don't need to pay this fee. You could change, instead of doing Amazon FBA, you could do Amazon FBM, which stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. And this is where when a customer buys your product on Amazon's website, you actually pick, pack, and ship it out. The problem with this is oftentimes the shipping is going to be more expensive than the pick and pack fee. And by doing Fulfilled by Merchant, you constantly have to be fulfilling orders instead of being able to be free to live wherever you want and spend your time doing what you want to do. So in my opinion, the FBA pick and pack fee is well worth it. And by being part of the Amazon FBA program, it allows your product to be Prime eligible, meaning when customers go to Amazon, they're going to see a little Prime badge next to your product, meaning that they can get it in 1 to 2 day shipping, which will make it so that you get a lot more sales because people like to buy Prime eligible products, and ultimately that means that you're going to make more money in the long run. And yes, as I mentioned, there are a lot of other fees with selling on Amazon, but honestly, all those other fees don't really add up to much. For instance, in my first year selling this product on Amazon, I did over $360,000 in sales. Now, obviously, that is revenue and not profit. I'll share my profit in just a minute. And I ended up spending over $50,000 on the 15% Amazon selling fee. I spent another $48,000 on the Amazon FBA pick and pack fee. And all those other Amazon FBA fees, including storage fees, receiving fees, and a bunch of other random things, was around $12,000. And after you subtract the cost of my product, PPC, and just other fees associated with running my business, in my first year selling this product on Amazon, I did over $120,000 in profit. And I'm not the only one that's done this. I taught my girlfriend how to sell on Amazon, and she's done almost $80,000 in sales. And after you subtract her product costs, all her Amazon FBA fees and all her other expenses, she's done over $20,000 in profit. And she was able to create her business and make that money while traveling with me. And she ended up making enough money that she was able to quit her job. And I'll share some more real stories of people selling on Amazon in just a minute. But the fourth reason why most people don't want to start Amazon FBA or think it's too late is because it does cost money to start an Amazon FBA business. There's the cost of creating your business, which depends on what state you live. You can either do a DBA, which is usually around $99, or you can create an LLC, which can cost as much as $800 in some states. There's the cost of creating a logo for your business. There's the cost of creating the design of the packaging. There's the cost of getting a sample from your manufacturer. There's also the cost of doing a production run, and there's the cost of getting that production run shipped from China or wherever you have your product manufactured over into the United States. But I'll actually share with you a technique that you can use to get all the startup costs associated with starting your business paid for. So even if you don't have enough money to start an Amazon business, you can still start an Amazon business using the technique I'll talk about in just a minute. And this is what I did and what AJ did to start his business as well. But just so you know how much it usually costs to start an Amazon business, 28% of people that start a business started it for $1,000 or less. And 40% of people actually started their business for $2,500 or less. And one of my students, Steven, who shot films for a living, was constantly taking out his SD cards, putting duct tape over it, and writing on the duct tape what was on the SD card. And he thought to himself, there has to be a better way. So he created this product, which is ready-made labels that go on SD cards. And he was able to start this business for less than $1,500. And now he's making over $2,000 in profit per month from this business. Another student, Mina, started his supplement business with less than $1,500, and he's now doing over $100,000 in sales per month with all of his different Amazon businesses. So don't think you need a lot of money to start your Amazon business. In fact, AJ started his Amazon business with $0. And he used my secret technique, the passion product formula, to create his business. And one of the steps of this process is to actually do a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo. And this allows you to raise all the money you need to start your business. And he ended up raising over $100,000 for his business, which more than paid all the startup costs associated with creating his business. So even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still start an Amazon business. But still, the fifth reason why some people don't know if Amazon FBA is still worth it is because it does take a little bit of time before you actually start making money selling your product. In fact, only 20% of people said that they were profitable within the first 3 months of selling on Amazon. And only 37% of people said that they were profitable within the first 6 months of selling on Amazon, which leads to probably the biggest mistake I see new Amazon sellers making. And that is analysis paralysis. In fact, 66% of all sellers wish they would have started selling on Amazon even sooner. And my first Amazon business was making $10,000 in profit every single month, which means if I would have started my Amazon business 6 months earlier, that would have been an extra $60,000 in profit. So every single minute you're waiting to start your Amazon business, you're missing out on money that you could be making. And the truth is, it's not too late to start selling on Amazon. You just need to know the right way to do it. And I did a complete free Amazon FBA course that you can get just by clicking right here. It's an entire playlist of YouTube videos that'll show you step by step how you can create your own Amazon FBA business. So click on that playlist of videos that are gonna show you how to create your Amazon FBA business for free. So click right here and I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.